We all go and we buy something thinking it's gonna be the next thing that makes our stuff just like Steven Spielberg's movies, Quentin Tarantino, and we go and we buy this thing and we try it and we use it and we spend so much money on it and then we realize that it's not even that dope. Yo, what's good? My name's Andres Tagliaferro, but you can just call me Tags. And today I want to talk about something really important. Now look, if you're watching this, you're probably a content creator, and you're probably wondering, what is the next thing I need to buy to make my product better, to make my service more professional so I can charge more, or so I can simply just express my passion better, to make it better. And then we realize that it's not even that dope. This has happened to me a bunch of times. A quick little disclaimer before we get into these things. I'm a content creator myself. I'm a professional content creator. I have my own content creation agency called Trinity Tags Content Creation, where we work with businesses and brands to create good content, be it in photography or video space. I specialize in video, but you know, I do all the stuff. So I've gone through that season. Usually it's in the beginning when you're saving up to buy new gear, watching every YouTube video possible about why I need this and why I need that and why my stuff sucks right now and blah, blah, blah. I was like, I'm gonna buy everything. I literally reinvested everything that I made back into my business just to eventually scale back and not use any of the stuff that I bought. And a few of those things worked out and I still use to this day, and a few of those things did not. So I want to share those things with you so maybe you reconsider purchasing these items. Okay, the number one thing that I regret buying is a cinema camera. Like I said, I specialize in video content, so obviously I thought I need to get on the same level as all these other cinematographers and get the most expensive camera, blah, blah, blah. I ended up buying a Blackmagic 6K, okay? Which I know it's not the most expensive, but when you rig it out and you buy all the stuff for it, I had everything. I'm talking, you know, the rails with the extra battery pack, with the external monitor, with the super expensive lens, in one of those cases, what do they call it? The Pelican cases. You know, I had all of it. I used it for these big budget projects that I did, and I realized it really just slowed down the workflow of the day. It was kind of annoying to edit the footage because it was so thick and heavy, and I was like, pause, because it was so heavy. Like, it was just annoying to color grade, like everything about it. It was cool when I first started because, you know, I like learning and I like doing new stuff, but in practicality, once I got into it, I was like just kind of annoyed by it. And so I eventually ended up getting the same projects, the same level, like commercial grade content, and using a Sony a7 III or my Canon 6D Mark II, you know, just DSLRs. And it would just make the turnaround time faster. It would make the shoot go by smoother because I'm more comfortable with this setup. It would make everything a little bit easier. And actually, I made a video about this a little while ago called should I upgrade to a cinema camera? And I basically get a little deeper on this subject. I don't even think I said this in the other video, but if you have a project where the client is requesting you to use a cinema camera, dog, go rent the camera. It's gonna cost you like $150 to rent for a weekend, and you can use that, and you're not paying out of pocket $5 grand to buy this new camera, and then you have to maintenance it. Like, nah, just take it from me. Just get something really well-rounded. That's what I did. I use a 6D Mark II on all of my videos and everything, production, everything, like photos, whatever. And if I need to upgrade, I need to use a cinema camera, then I rent one. But like for your day-to-day stuff, you don't need a cinema camera, trust me. For this next one, this might rub some people the wrong way, but I'm just speaking from experience. Don't buy native lenses to your camera, okay? If you have an EF camera body, you don't need to buy the L series 24-70. You can buy the very amazing version from Sigma that costs like $400 less, $500 less, $600 less. And now I basically only use Sigma. This is a Sigma 24mm, you know, prime. My main lens that I use all the time for all of my projects is a Sigma 24-70 2.8. It's just not worth spending the extra money for a native, like proprietary lens for your camera when you can get like a Sigma really good lens. Like, I like even the build of it. Like, the build of my 24-70 felt better than the other one. It's just, trust me, give Sigma a shot. I can't vouch for any other lens brands. I'm sure there are other great ones, but Sigma's like a really cool brand that I like, that is cheaper, or not cheaper, it's less expensive, and you get the same amount for not, like, it's just a bad purchase. I don't think it's a good investment to make, if you're asking me. All right, on to the next one. I'm trying to keep this video short. The last one was pretty long. Online courses from creators. I'm gonna say one thing. You don't need to pay for an online course, okay? There is so much information for learning and so many good videos that teach you how to do things practically on YouTube that you really do not need to go and pay $300 for a course that's gonna teach you the exact same things. When I was trying to get into After Effects and learn how to do motion, typography, and all that stuff for my stuff, I looked up After Effects tutorial, like how to use it. And if you put that in YouTube, there's one video, I don't know if I'll find it in post, but there's a video that is like a 3-hour course on explaining the basics of After Effects. I watched that whole thing and then I learned the more advanced stuff by going to this other guy, Ben Marriott, really cool creator. He taught like more specific things, all for free on their YouTube channel. Okay, let's say you've been doing it for 5+ years and you just want to learn how to do specific things. That's when buying a course on that specific thing matters. But buying a course on like basic lighting is not a good investment. It's probably one of the worst purchases you can make, because again, like Peter McKinnon has a great lighting video. So does Danny Gavertz. An amazing lighting video. Like, you don't need to buy these online courses, trust me. Okay, this one is gonna hurt some hearts a little bit right here, but look, I know we've all kind of dreamed of having this like super cool office space as a creative where we can go and we can just have our own space to think and be creative and all of this stuff. And we see, like, you know, Sarah Dietschy, this is one of my favorite creators, she has like a really cool warehouse thing and you know, whatever. Unless you're creating content for yourself, kind of like this, and let's say you just have a content creation business where you're a photographer or you're a videographer, you really don't use your room to take the photos. You go out and you do that, or you go to locations and you shoot that. You don't need an office space, okay? Let me talk again from experience. That one year, 2021, I was making a lot of money, so I said, you know what? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna I'm gonna go rent out a private office in this co-working space that was near where I lived, and yeah, it was cool. Like, it was cool to do it, but it was an expense I didn't need to do. I could have made that at home. I've realized in my kind of minimalism journey that I've been on, I'm gonna make a video about that, is that you can do everything from home and you can create that separation of work and life at home. You could create a space like the one behind me where it feels like, okay, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna work. We overthink the value that an office space, a dedicated office outside of our home can bring us when we don't have to spend the extra money to do that. One of the things that I thought would have a good impact on my business was holding meetings at this spot, or this co-working space, and having a place for people for literally just perception, which is important when you're talking to clients and whatever. And then I realized, or I heard, that you can just rent out a conference room for 2 hours for like $50 at your nearest co-working space that's by you. And I was like, I'm paying X amount a month, which was way more, to have like one meeting a month with a client that happens to be local. It's just not worth it. And you know, I could think of a bunch more reasons, but in light of trying to keep this video short, like, unless you have a really good deal and everything aligns and it works out, don't go out of your way to rent an office space, because I promise you it's not worth the expense. Last but not least, and this one might offend the most people, I don't think you need to be buying presets and LUTs, specifically when you're starting, and here's why. The purpose is to make your workflow quicker, but that's not what most people use them for. Most people use them to copy and emulate looks from other creators. I get it, okay? I get that there's an easiness that comes with a LUT and having a pack and using that for your content. I've done it. I bought the buttery pack for my Blackmagic from, I forgot what his name was, and I use it all the time and it was cool. But you shouldn't do that before understanding how to color grade it and how to use stuff. Now, let's say you've already created a look for yourself that you want to embody in your business, in your content creation, and this person has a LUT pack that's like perfect for you, and you just don't want to go through the time of creating your own presets. I get it. But if you're starting out in photography or videography and you just don't want to put in the work to learn how to use, like, how to actually color grade and how to actually, you know, expose and post, like, you're doing yourself a disservice. And I think that is probably one of the worst investments you can make. Not just because you're spending $20 on like a little preset pack. I don't mean financially, but mentally. You need to understand how presets work, why it looks this way, how he got it to look that way. So something I did when I started is, a lot of these creators, when they announce their preset packs, they'll make a video talking about them creating the presets and how they do it, and they'll talk about why they do the adjustment curve this way and why they, you know, do this. Spending the time on learning that and watching those videos and doing that for yourself, when you do that, you're able to add your own sauce, and maybe they did something in their preset pack that you don't like and you can adjust it. I just think it's not a good investment. It's not a good place to spend your money when you can just spend time to learn it for yourself instead. Kind of like, you know, you don't want to get somebody their own fish, you want to teach them how to become a fisherman. I think it's that kind of, I think I butchered that, by the way, but it's that thought process behind the presets and LUTs. So yeah, don't do that. Don't buy presets. Watch, in like a year, I'm gonna be like selling my own preset pack. It's gonna be so funny. And my own course. Oh my gosh. But that's the thing. It's like, I don't clown any creator for doing that. And I think it's a good thing to do for yourself. Again, if you're creating an advanced motion graphic design course, that's cool. Like I would buy it. But like those basic things, if you're just providing a paywall for something that people already know how to do or already have access to, it's just, why? I just don't get it. Like, why? But look, at the end of the day, if you have money to spend, you're gonna spend it how you want, and you're gonna do your own thing. I just wanted to give my perspective off of my experiences of things that I kind of wish I didn't buy, or I bought and I was like, I didn't really need this. The other side of the coin is this. I don't know why in the content creation space there's so much emphasis on upgrading gear and upgrading like that's like a thing that other creators on YouTube talk about so much. The new camera that's coming out, the spec list. Do you need it? Do you not? And I think it's important because there's people who are actively actually looking to buy some stuff, and it's cool. But for the consumer who just likes learning about cameras and stuff, you get this whole like mindset upgrade culture is what I'm gonna call it. But you just constantly have this desire for buying something new and reinvesting. And it wasn't until recently when I literally got rid of all of my camera gear and I just bought this and I kept my one lens and I still do content for a bunch of clients and I still do all of this, that I realized once you have everything you need, and I'm not saying make it difficult for yourself, but once you have exactly what you need, let's say you need 3 cameras. I mean, it can be a lot to do the thing your service is offering, but once you have that to make it good and to make it stand out, you don't need to continue upgrading. Like when the A7 IV came out, I wasn't like, oh, I need the A7 IV. I used to think that way. I used to think, oh, I need that because this other person uses it. Clients don't care. The people who you're creating this stuff for don't care. It's literally just an insecurity thing of thinking that your mind and your ideas aren't good enough and you need this new camera or you need this office space to legitimize your business. You know, it's all so mental. Believe in yourself and trust that you have what you need now to do what you need now, and don't focus so much on like the lack, the things you don't have, because I guarantee that you are most likely not being grateful for what you do have when you're having those thoughts that are normal thoughts. I just wanted this to be a little reminder for you guys. Stay grateful because you have a lot of stuff, and it's in my banner and my thing because I think it's important, and I think it's something that we struggle with as creatives. There's just so much comparison. It's just hard. It's hard to realize that we don't need this new thing and we don't need to purchase this thing because it feels right, because this person has it or whatever. But look, if you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it and you thought it was interesting or entertaining or funny or valuable, can you consider going and liking the video? Hey, we hit 500 subscribers recently and it's going up, and I'm doing this more consistently and it feels good. I think it's something I really want to invest in and continue to grow. So hit that subscribe button, join the fam, because there's a lot of people that aren't really subscribed but be watching my videos. It'd be pissing me off a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep it chill. Like the video, send it to a content creator friend who just be spending money on shit for no reason. Yeah, if you're new around here, there's something we like to say at the end, which we kind of already said, and I just want to remind you to stay grateful. Peace.
I'm not new to the game, please don't play with my name. Dropping a single a week, could be single a day, but I got bills to get paid. Thought about losing a paycheck, checking my patience today. Stress in my mind, I don't do that shit nowadays. She hit me, wanna blaze, babe, I can't, this a race. I already started this late, so I don't have a minute to waste. For the cash out, I made that shit. I do this for my name, that's it. Tagliaferro, yeah, say that shit. Tagliaferro, yeah, say that shit. Well, she call me Poppy, it kinda runs in the family.